Hey everybody, it's that time of the year again where I try to make original content. Yay! Oh boy. For this episode of original content, I decided on a subject not yet touched on by too many TF2 YouTubers, and that is Team Fortress 2 Clones. This video consists of 3 separate parts. Part 1 is where I'll try to play those games and or try and find some gameplay footage, if that isn't possible. In part 2 we will rate the games on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being Team Fortress 2, meaning that it is close enough and resembles TF2 enough to a point where you can say, yeah, it's TF2 alright. And finally in part 3 I will take a look at the reviews for those games. The first game I found is Final Combat, a game made primarily for the Chinese market. I'm afraid I couldn't play it or much more didn't want to because the tutorial, and yes there's a tutorial to install the game on your PC, had more than 10 steps, and at some point I was supposed to run an exe file and I just couldn't bring myself to do so because I didn't want to screw up my PC for this video here. Wasn't worth it in my mind. And why do you need a tutorial for your game's installation process anyway? It wasn't even official. It was made from it was like a Reddit post, I think I recall. Anyway, I found some gameplay here on YouTube and it already makes me glad just looking at it that I haven't downloaded the game. Just look at it. Look at it! And yeah, the like-dislike ratio for the trailer speaks for itself. And just so you know why it deserves this amount of hate, here's a list of the classes. Just so you know how blatantly they ripped off Team Fortress 2 here. We have the Rocket, the Firebat, the Striker, the Sniper, the Fat Man, the Nurse, and the Engineer. Apparently Spy and Doman just didn't make the final cut. Like, they didn't bother to put them in, even though they blatantly ripped off every other class. Yeah, that was Final Combat. With that disaster out of the way, let's look at something more positive. Roblox. Now this game, hate it or not, is a blessing for anyone that is stuck with a toaster for a PC. Just look at this map. The blue countries are richer, yellow is alright, and red or orange, you don't want to live in red. You don't. And now look at this map I made with Google Trends comparing Fortnite and Roblox. I think there's a reason for the similarities. So the actual game itself, I can say that it actually plays pretty okay. It has a stable frame rate and you can rocket jump, go invisible as spy and all that good stuff. It's of course no match for a real game, but better than nothing I suppose. Garrison 2, the third and last game on this list. As someone who tried making pixel art games in the past, I know how much work it is, and I honestly have to say this game is amazing. Garrison 2 doesn't try to rip off Team Fortress 2, it's just a fun little fan game, and it was certainly not made with the intention of making profit. I only played it for a short period of time because I wanted to finish this video, but I gotta say I enjoyed it, and I even found a little server on which I was able to play. And before you ask me in the comment section, Simon, why did you put a TF2 fan game in this video? Surely it can hardly be considered a clone. You're right, but let me just tell you the alternative wouldn't have been that fun either, because the alternative would have been naming these games Overwatch, Paladins, Dirty Bomb, and all those other ones that we don't speak about. And I honestly think it's not a fair comparison to draw, simply because all of those games are distinct enough from Team Fortress 2 that they are their own game. They can hardly be considered clones, right? Right, and I also didn't want to spark the whole "oh my god, Overwatch killed TF2" discussion, because I don't like that. It's not fun. And also, if I only had 2 games on this list, it could hardly be considered a list, so let's stop saying hardly and get to the next part of the video. Final Combat, I know you tried, but God knows you failed. Man, people hate this game. Even those who covered it in a video just to tell people about it and that it's a clone got hate. Why do people do that? Anyway, here's my rating, as to be expected. Roblox TF2, what do we do with you? It's quite innocent and it hasn't been made with malicious intent. However, I don't really enjoy Roblox, and I think the majority of my fan base doesn't either. Majority, not all of them. And while I was able to access all features TF2 has, they aren't nearly as polished, and it's like, it's a bad clone. Garrison 2, on the other hand, this game is worth a 6 6 out of 10. Fun, innocent, and it's, I feel, more original simply because it's a 2D game. I wanted to rate it higher, but like, it's not even close to being Team Fortress 2. It's a 2D game, and the comparison isn't really fair, so I think that's a solid rating for the game. And it's lacking that wow factor, you know what I mean? There's nothing to hold you in there. There's nothing to keep you playing. For me at least. I'm speaking for myself here. First review I found for Final Combat was a solid 8 out of 10, just saying good. And the second one, also 8 out of 10, saying very complex rules, battles will take a long time, but you will definitely feel like you were there. This is a game to fight out an engagement on a man-to-man level using very few soldiers. But what you gotta keep in mind is this was the reviews for Final Combat, the board game from 2004, so I don't know, the rest kind of got deleted off the internet, probably because Valve sued them. Couldn't find anything else, I really couldn't. Roblox TF2 has a solid 329 Roblox likes and 123 Roblox dislikes. However, it turns out that Roblox doesn't really do reviews in the game modes, but a quick Google image search provided me with this atrocity. I'll just show you this instead because I think it's funny. And last but not least, we have Garrison 2 reviews. First one saying it's a very novel idea and it gave me a few minutes of quick fun, but it gets boring pretty quickly. It's worth checking out if you're a TF2 fan just looking for something different. Pretty accurate. And another one saying TF2 is free. Just play that. And yeah, that's right. TF2 is free. Why not just play Team Fortress 2? And yeah, I suppose that was it. Thanks to all these lovely folks who donated. I'm sure I can do some editing here for things to sort of scroll down. It's much appreciated. Thank you, lads. And I guess I'll talk to you soon. That was it. Thanks. Bye.